Across in Sierra Leone, high-ranking military officials are arrested for allegedly plotting against the re-elected government and using upcoming peaceful protests to plan a violent attack. Now, across in another West African country, Sierra Leone, officials say police have thwarted an attempt to destabilize the political situation. The government was expecting peaceful protests following recent elections in the country, but now claims the rebels were planning to use those events for violent actions. According to Sierra Leone's police office, high-ranking officials, military personnel there were the ones actually behind the alleged plot.
The general public is hereby informed that the security sector has been following intelligence regarding the activities of certain individuals, including senior military officers, working to undermine the peace and tranquility of the state and unleash violence on peaceful citizens of Sierra Leone. Preliminary investigations have revealed that these individuals plan to use purported peaceful protests between the 7th to the 10th of August 2023 as a guise to unleash violent attacks against state institutions and peaceful citizens.
Sierra Leone authorities have arrested high-ranking military officials following credible intelligence that they were working to undermine the nation's democracy and plotting to sort of unleash violence on its citizens. The arrests were made by the police to prevent President Julius Maada Bio's democratically elected government from being overthrown, as happened last week in the Republic of Niger when President Mohamed Bazoum was disposed by a military coup. It's also said that the suspects had intended to cause disruption across the country, and under those chaos and disruptions, the pretext of upcoming protests was the main issue, and that's according to information uncovered by the police. You would also remember that on the 10th of August 2022, economic and political protests in the capital, Freetown, and other cities spiraled into deadly clashes. 27 civilians and 6 police officers died that day in the several days that followed, and that's according also to official figures from that side. And very recently, in fact, on July the 26th, members of Niger's presidential guard disposed President Mohamed Bazoum in a coup, the 5th successful one in 9 attempts in West Africa since 2020.
Ibrahim Karoma, a local journalist in Sierra Leone, says the country's political turmoil has intensified.
We saw a release from the Sierra Leone police. We are in the statement in that release that they've already arrested personnel within the Republic of Sierra Leone. The armed forces of the Republic of Sierra Leone. They just mentioned that senior officers within the Republic of Sierra Leone are believed to have plotted a coup against, the government. And this is not too far from what happened. I believe the world is also aware of the August 10th protest, which left the lives of 30 young people in the Sahel. And they are planning, from according to the release, the police is claiming that they are planning a protest between the 7th and the 10th of August. And so for that reason, some big names within the army, and they are now in police nets. Before this call, I made a call to the media center of the Sierra Leone police to solicit information in relation to perhaps the personnel who've been arrested. You are governing a state where a majority of the people feel dissatisfied with whatsoever that might be going on. These are things that are bound to happen. So it is the responsibility of the government and officials within the governance circle to ensure they engage the public, they engage the public continuously to dialogue on peace and national cohesion, because this was one of the promises the president made, but that has not been fulfilled. It has not been reached. So for the mere fact the populace is dissatisfied, it is highly likely that we'll continue to see a situation of such, wherein people will just wake up one morning, organize protests, and that will lead to these preemptive coups that we've just had from the police yesterday.